2 games in a row that they came in off the bench and made great contributions. And even 7th, he's getting more comfortable at the one spot and pushing the ball and figuring out where he can get into the paint and score because he's the fastest player I think I've ever played with on the ball. So, like I said, all 3 of them are getting more comfortable, and that's 2 games in a row that Brandon and Tony gave us a huge lift off the bench.
When the shots aren't falling and you're able to produce with assists and getting key steals, is that just a matter of experience and not letting the shots get too frustrating?
I think it's definitely partially experience. And, I talked to Coach Davis after practice yesterday, and he was telling me the shots will come. I spend a lot of time getting in extra work, shooting the ball, and he said that'll come, but you got to lose yourself in the game. You do so much more than just knock down shots. You can contribute by getting everybody involved on the defensive end. So I think that's what I focused more on today. And some shots still wasn't a great shooting night, but some shots fell for me.
Did you like the shots that you took against Davidson, and did you feel good about the ones you took tonight?
Yeah, I felt good about the shot selection in both games. But like I said, some of them just didn't fall. Some shots are maybe shots that might be questionable, but in the rhythm of the game, some just go up. But I think the shot selection was okay in both games.
Coach has been kind of annoyed in post-game talking to us. Said today he felt pretty lucky. What's your takeaway from these last 2 games without Joel?
You can see how much we need him, but Joel brings that energy on both sides of the court, and I think that's what we missed, and we had to get used to playing without since he's been out. And I think we did a good job of bringing that lift in the second half, early in the second half, and that's how we have to start out every single game, because without having him and him bringing that intensity, we can be kind of lackadaisical and not play with as much intensity as we did like in Maui.
With a couple of your misses in the second half, it looked like you could kind of read your face, that little frustration was starting to settle in. Mm-hmm. How long did it linger? How quickly did you kind of knock it away?
I would say it lingered for the time in between the other team taking the ball in the offensive end, because, like I said, Coach Davis talked to me about, you do so much more assists, do what you can on defensive end, steals, pressure in their guards, and so there might be a little frustration right after the shot, but then I'm worried about, okay, let me put pressure on the guard, let me try to turn them as many times as I can or try to get a turnover here. And I think that helps me out a lot. Their
last shot, the driving shot, not the one from like 3/4 court, you were on the guy defensively and sort of forced him off balance. Could you kind of run back to that play?
The very last play?
The one with the driving shot that I think Tony blocked the shot, yeah.
Well, they started everyone at half court, which was kind of odd, and my man was taking the ball out, so I didn't want them to be able to get an easy pass and bounce. So I think number 10 broke to the ball, and I tried to deny him the ball, or at least put a little bit of pressure on him, and he threw it back to the guard, and he kind of took off. So I had to race to get back in front of him and cut him off so he wouldn't get a direct drive to the basket. And once I was able to turn him, I was able to kind of push him outside of the paint and force him to take a tough shot, and luckily Tony was there to block it. So
Tony said that he is tentative to block shots in games because he doesn't want to foul. Mm-hmm. What of his shot blocking have you seen in practice, and how surprising or not surprising was that play by him tonight?
Yeah, in games it was super surprising because you could tell that he's tentative to block shots. He doesn't want to. Coach is always preaching for us to stay on the ground, but he doesn't. I guess he hasn't realized that Coach wants our bigs to block shots from the help side. And that's what Tony's great at. In practice, he does it all the time. It's hard to score layups in transition or in the paint if he's in the paint because he's so long and lanky that he does a very good job of protecting the goal. So I think that last play instinct just kind of took over for him. Like I said, he's been doing it in practice, so it was a huge play.
What do you think the